I'm going to ask you to, when you testify, sir, please speak into the microphone if you can, loud and clear.
Very well.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Is it working? Good.
It should be. All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Little.
Good morning. Could you state your first name and spell your last name for the record, please?
My first name is Frank, and the last name is Sheridan, Sheridan.
And if you can make sure to keep your voice up just because the air conditioner is very loud.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay.
Dr. Sheridan, what is your profession?
I'm a physician, and my specialty is forensic pathology and neuropathology, but most of my career has been primarily forensic pathology.
What do you currently do for a living?
Nothing. I'm retired.
What role or position of employment did you hold before you retired?
Okay, I was the chief medical examiner for San Bernardino County, California, and I was in that position from 1991 until 2017. That's when I retired from that position, but I stayed on a part-time basis for another few years to help out because the office was understaffed. But a few years ago, 2021 or 22, I've lost track of the time, I finally stopped altogether.
Dr. Sheridan, if you could just pull the microphone a little bit closer. I don't know if
I'll put myself closer to it, I guess. Okay, is that better?
it's... Yes,
And Ms. Little, if we need to, just let us know and we'll turn off the air conditioning.
Your Honor. Describe your educational background for the jury.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, and I had all my initial education there, including primary school, secondary school, and then pre-medical school at the university I was at was the University College Dublin, Ireland, which is part of the National University of Ireland system. So I did my pre-med and medical school training there. And I graduated from medical school in 1971. Then after that, I did a one-year rotating internship, as it's called, of medicine, surgery, and some psychiatry as well. That was a requirement for all doctors for licensure. So that's basically my initial education. After, should I go on with my CV or base or not?
Yes. What did you do after medical school to complete your training?
Well, in the years after medical school, I wasn't in training anymore. I was working in Africa, actually, as a medical officer. And that wasn't training, that was a job. And I was there for 3 years in Central Africa. And I was a general medical officer with various duties that included some teaching, but also seeing patients. So I did that for basically 3 years. I then returned to Ireland, and I spent the next 2 years. We're now talking about, by the way, the years I'm about to mention are 1976 to 78. So I was back in my home country, Ireland, and I spent those 2 years doing research and lecturing in pharmacology. Pharmacology is the study of drugs and how they act in the body. And I did that back at the same university where I had originally trained for medical school. So then in 1978, I came to the United States, initially to the University of Oregon, and I spent the next almost 3 years doing research there and lecturing in the field of genetics. It was during the time I was there that I decided to do forensic pathology. So starting in 1980, let me think for a second, 1982, I then had to start what's called a residency program in pathology.